Have you ever wondered what it feels like to fly through the clouds? Not just above them, but in them, with nothing but a blanket of white all around you. As an instrument-rated pilot, this is a thrill that I get to feel every time I fly in IFR conditions. Flying in the clouds is both exhilarating and challenging. Imagine taking off on a clear runway, seeing the blue sky ahead, but knowing that in just a few minutes, you'll be swallowed by thick layers of clouds. Your view outside the cockpit window suddenly goes blank. No horizon, no visual reference, just a world of white. In those moments, the altimeter, attitude indicator, and heading indicator are not just tools, they're your eyes. Your trust in them has to be absolute, because there's nothing else to rely on. It's similar to a video game, where each flight is like a challenging new level, and precision and quick decision making are crucial. But unlike a video game, there's no reset button. Every mistake has real-world consequences, and if you make enough wrong moves, the consequences could be fatal.
I'm Josh. I'm an instrument-rated commercial pilot with a passion for all things aviation. The world we live in is a beautiful place, and I've made it my mission to capture that beauty from the skies above, to document my journey in becoming a professional pilot, maintain safe practices, and to share with you all the keys to success I've learned along the way. Subscribe to Jump Into the Flight Deck. Welcome to SkyBound Josh.
My instrument training started in a Redbird simulator, where I learned the basics, IFR clearances, holding patterns, and shooting various instrument approaches. This simulator wasn't new to me, however. 10 years ago, I took my first flight in this exact Redbird sim. Attitude flying came naturally to me, but my real challenge, the instrument written exam, or written exams in general. I absolutely hate studying for written exams. It took me over 2 months of preparation, and even though I passed, I wasn't exactly proud of my score. Instrument preparation is intense. Similar to learning a complex video game, you study charts, master navigation, and practice procedures over and over again. As an instrument pilot, you can't study until you get it right. You must study until you can't get it wrong. The skills I honed in the simulator translated directly to the cockpit, making my first IMC flight a success.
Grand Prairie Ground, Skyhawk 363 Charlie Kilo at Aviator, ready to taxi with Oscar. And we're looking for IFR flight following 2, Charlie Lima Lima, College Station.
So 363 Charlie Kilo, Grand Prairie Ground, you're cleared to College Station, airport via radar vectors as filed. Flighting 310 after departure. Maintain 2,000. Expect 5,000 later. Departure frequency 135.975. Squawk 2257.
That was a craft clearance. It's what you'll receive from ATC when you're flying under instrument flight rules. It's essentially a set of instructions that tell you exactly what route, altitude, and other procedures you'll need to follow to reach your destination safely. When you get a craft clearance, it's like getting a game plan for your flight. Where to go, how to get there, and how to stay in touch with ATC throughout the journey. Instrument flight rules, or IFR, is completely different from visual flight rules, or VFR. In VFR, you fly primarily by sight and feel. It's like driving a car. You see and know where you're going at all times. But under IFR, you rely entirely on your instruments. You cannot trust the seat of your pants. In fact, the survival rate for a pilot who attempts to fly in IFR conditions without the use of instruments is extremely low. The FAA reports that non-instrument rated pilots who fly into IMC can lose control and spatial awareness, leading to a high likelihood of a fatal accident. The often quoted statistic is that such pilots can become disoriented and lose control within 178 seconds on average, or just under 3 minutes, resulting in crashes. As we approached the clouds, I could feel my heart rate pick up. The visibility outside started to fade, and soon we were enveloped in white. No visual reference points, just an endless sea of gray. In that moment, it hit me. This was real. I had to trust my instruments completely.
I guess this is what heaven looks like.
Yeah.
Approach for track 585.
I think so.
Yeah, appreciate ahead of me.
Having my instructor there was a huge comfort. His calm demeanor and steady voice helped keep me grounded. And if you're watching this video, I just want to say thank you. Not only to you, but to all the instructors who played a hand in helping me achieve my instrument rating.
Bro, this is the craziest cross-country I've ever been on in my life. It was well worth it. Just made it to Waco, and now we're getting ready to go to back home to Grand Prairie. So, see you.
Flying an IMC for the first time was an unforgettable experience. It taught me to trust my training and my instruments, and trust my ability to be able to fly an aircraft. There comes a time in every student pilot's life where the amount of studying, sim time, and flight training begins to take its toll. I was mentally and physically drained. At this point, I'd spend hours reviewing approach plates and prepping for the oral exam. And there's only one word that can accurately describe what I was feeling. It's a word we toss around, but when you're living it, it's like waking up every morning with a weight on your chest. Burnout is when your soul simply needs a break. It's when you lose sight of the why you started the journey in the first place. You stop looking at the whole world below in awe and start seeing it as just another day. There's a moment when the sky that once felt like freedom starts to feel heavy. A moment when chasing your wings becomes exhausting. When the dream that once fueled you begins to fade. But the thing about burnout is, it's not the end of the story. It's not where your journey stops. It's a chapter. A tough one. But it's those moments of struggle that redefine your love for flight. You learn to pause, breathe, and reignite that drive. Because flying isn't just a career. It's not just hours in a logbook. It's a calling, a passion. And when you find that fire again, when you remember why you started, I can promise you, the sky feels limitless once more.